All right, hello, everybody. Welcome to our first or second rocket pitch of the year today, or of the semester today. I'm Justin, one of the student partners here, and thank you guys for joining us today for a great turnout and amazing pitches coming in along the way too. So, if you haven't already, please pull out your phones right now and scan this QR code to check in. It's only 3 questions, 10 seconds, very quick. Just to ensure that checking in will give you credit for being here today and gives us engagement insights. So we can continue to make our programming the best it can be. Just checking in today, you will earn 400 points if it's your first time. Your points by attending events, engaging in our programs, or even just hanging out at the hub. These points are redeemable for like awesome swag. Our vending machine that is up and running right now, you can just scan the QR code and you can put in your email. You can get snacks right out of our vending machine right now. If you checked in today, you've also entered into our swag giveaway. That'll be at the end. The winner will be announced today during your voting period when you're voting on the pitches. At the end of the semester, the most engaged winner will not only get to meet with President Rowe, you'll get to talk to her about your venture. She'll get to share insights with her and also share a dinner with her. So that is a great opportunity just to meet her, greet her, share your ventures about her, get her insights on what your venture is. Just get your name out there with President Rowe. So, all right, is everybody done scanning the QR? Also, if any of you need to scan the QR, we are on the lanyard. All of us have the QR on the back of our lanyard. So if you can't scan this one right here, you can find any of us and just scan on the back of our lanyard. Right. Okay, so I'm going to explain how the rocket pitch works. So each pitcher will have 4 minutes, a hard cutoff at 4 minutes. So this is a competition. You will see Brandon in the back with the sign right now to all of our pitchers. You will stand in the back to let you know when you have 1 minute left, you'll raise that yellow sign, and then when you stop, that'll be a hard red, and I will step in to cut you off right at 4 minutes. So this is a competition. So each pitcher each pitcher must address the aspects of a good pitch. These are 5 aspects. First is the problem. Second, the market. Third, their competitive landscape. Fourth, the solution. And fifth, the overall delivery of the pitch. After the pitch is given, each pitcher will be given 4 minutes to answer any Q&As of the audience. So any of you who have a question, just raise your hands. We have a throwable mic that goes around. Please wait till the mic gets into your hands and then talk into the mic. That way, for all of our participants in Zoom, they will be able to hear you as well. So please wait until we hand you the mic and then say the question into the mic. So, all right. So for the pitcher that wins today, they get 800 engagement points, like I said, to be able to spend on swag, vending machine, snacks, things like that. So who's ready to rock it today? Oh, we can do better than that. Come on. Who is ready to rock it today? All right, here we go. All right. So first up, we have Bryce with Green Space.
All right, hello everybody. I think all of us have at some point found that we've tried to throw something away in a trash can and it was just totally full, whether it was at our homes, in a park, or maybe it was at the Chick-fil-A right outside this that's just always overflowing. 80% of the trash in our waterways causing a lot of pollution comes from land-based sources. Trash already being on the ground increases littering by 2 to 3 times. So when we have a lot of this litter on the ground, the wind and water can carry it very easily into our waterways and cause a lot of extra pollution. My solution to this problem, as well as just the aesthetic problem of issues in a public space, is green space. Green space is a crowdsourced program for rewarding people to create reports in public spaces about these issues. So we focus on mobile-first reporting, allowing anybody to report issues and put them in a centralized database that works similar to most facilities management platforms. It has staff assignments, priority setting, and status indicators that go to both the reporter and the reporting management team. So I know what you're thinking, this sounds a lot like any other facilities management platform. That's our main competitor. So Accruent's Famous 360, which is what we use here at William & Mary, and other platforms like Rockwell Automation's Fix platform are both facilities management platforms that generally cost a little bit too much. For Accruent, you can see very much overpriced, $5,000 a year as just a price floor. And then Fix has a limited free platform, but it's only usable for up to 3 users. Beyond that, you have to pay $45 or more per user per month. They also are only designed for really room numbers or building names, things that are very easily labeled. And then an additional type of competitor is automated reporting solutions, such as Big Belly, which you may see in large cities. They're automatic reporting like trash cans for when they're full, but they cost upwards of $4,500, and that's only when you buy like hundreds at a time. So these platforms only offer really limited solutions for these places, but we offer all of their typical facilities management solutions, plus a fully functioning marketplace rewarding people for the reports that they're putting in. So we have kind of a share economy with that rewards platform. And then we also have a customizable workflow. So you're able to add staff permissions, individual sites, such as parts within a Parks and Rec department, or custom categories for reports. We're offering all of this for just $20 a month, so much better price point. And that includes 6 staff members, 2 individual sites, unlimited reports, and unlimited authenticated users. Each additional user or site is only a $2 a month addition. We have a large market for this. As you can see, this is just kind of a word cloud I made with lots of different options. Theirs is more expandable, but I'm actually going to focus in on just parks, neighborhoods, and college campuses. We're working with York County Parks and Rec. We've already met with them, and they're interested in testing the platform when it comes out. We are working on an MVP right now that's almost ready. So, and then William & Mary Grounds and Gardens, as well as a local neighborhood called Kingsmill, are also interested in testing the platform when it comes out. We'll be adding embeddable websites for these people, social media posts that they can use on their platforms, space on our green space website, and physical signage that they can opt to buy. Additionally, we will have in the future an app with geolocation features similar to reporting on Waze. Together, we create cleaner, safer public spaces. Thank you.
Right. 4 minutes of questions. Wait till the mic. Wonder where the mic is.
It's Michael has the mic. He's got it.
Okay. He's like using that because you can throw it around. Pretty fun.
I don't want to hit the camera.
No, it's it's fine.
Okay, great job, Bryce. So I was wondering if you could expand on your ideas of the market a bit more.
Yeah, so I assume you're talking about the marketplace, is that correct? Like the marketplace feature? Yeah, so we plan to incentivize users to report issues by offering this marketplace. So the way that would work is when an individual report is filed by anybody, they can enter their email, essentially signing into an account. That account, even if they don't want to set it up at the time, will be created for them and continue storing points until they want to set up the account. So this allows them to collect an individual point for each report within a group on the platform. Those points can then be redeemed for potentially merch. They could be redeemed for a parking pass. Let's say you're at a park that has paid parking. Maybe a parking pass would be an option as an incentive. It could even be a discount code, which could increase the revenue for some of these different groups using it. So essentially, the concept behind this is to make people interested in reporting, even when they usually wouldn't get the direct benefit with a regular facilities management platform, since it's not a space that they're always in. So we offer that as kind of a bonus feature to the platform. Thank you for your question.
Good job, Bryce. If this is set up for a neighborhood, is there a likelihood that it could end up with neighbors complaining about each other? And what's the best way to address that?
So that's a great question. The features of the platform are designed around creating custom categories within a group. So let's say you're talking about a neighborhood. Generally speaking, with this platform, that would be set up by, let's just say, the HOA. And the HOA would set up categories like maybe a full trash can that's at like the community center kind of like clubhouse type idea. Or the dog bags are empty on a trail, something like that. They would make the custom categories things that are what they want the reports to be, so that users are not really pushed to report issues like that and are kind of directed towards reporting issues that are more facilities management type issues.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question.
Great pitch, Bryce. I want to start with a question to you. Are you familiar with what Nextdoor is, next door neighbor? So how do you differ yourself from that? Whereas I could go on next door neighbor in my neighborhood and be like, all right, this trash can's overflowing. Yeah. How do you separate yourself?
So Nextdoor is a little bit more focused on like, from what I understand at least, like neighborly connection as opposed to connection between like an HOA and like the residents of the neighborhood. So while there might be the HOA on it, what Green Space does differently is we actually create a centralized database that's focused specifically on connecting the HOA type group with the resident type group, and allowing them to kind of have that focus point and have the like automated tracking solely for that purpose of reporting these individual issues as opposed to, posting something, hey, this trash can's full, and just hoping that the HOA might see it. Does that answer your question?
Absolutely.
Awesome, thank you.
Great pitch, well done. Curious where the $20 came from.
So that's an estimate at the moment. I kind of talked, I had that meeting with York County Parks and Rec. And we had discussed kind of what like a price point they'd be more easily able to afford than a lot of these other facilities management platforms is. That was kind of a number that was thrown out as being potentially a good option. For me, the cost of the platform, of course, comes just from, I'm currently have the MVP on Bubble. I'm planning to take it off Bubble in the future, but for that backend storage on Bubble on cloud servers, it costs $29 a month if I pay on the annual plan. So that's my cost right now, and I have calculated that out to do some estimations with their analytics platform to determine that if I had roughly 10 groups on the platform, each paying, let's just say, an additional like $16 for like extra staff and sites, just kind of depending, that would be about the amount I could manage with the workflow units on the initial Bubble platform. So the profit margin there is roughly, I'm roughly making a revenue of about $300 and spending about 30-ish. So that was just kind of an estimate of what might work well for the parks and also give me enough of a profit margin.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, last question.
Other expenses, so like taxes, you have to account for that, potential expenses with the, I guess, you already mentioned like the amount of people that would be using your platform. But I imagine there's gotta be other things. Are you familiar, have you looked into a lot of the other expenses potentially?
So taxes are just kind of a, part of our revenue. So we would be taking that out of the revenue just based on the tax rate. As far as other expenses beyond Bubble, we would be paying for the domain name, which not very much, about $20 a year, if I get it on Squarespace, which is the current plan. And then as far as, and pretty much there's not really any other direct costs at the moment. I could do some advertising or marketing, but I'm planning to use social media for that as well as just directly reaching out over email. One of the plans that I have is actually to allow people to report things in parks not already using the platform, which I can then, as time allows, reach out to those groups and say, hey, someone reported this. Also, you should join our platform. So all of my marketing at the moment is actually not really marketing that requires a whole lot of overhead. So at the moment, the only costs are really the domain, Bubble, and then any taxes that are taken out of the profit or the revenue that we make. Bubble is scalable. For anybody who doesn't know what Bubble is, it's sort of it's like a no-code platform. It's designed to help you like very quickly build something. So that's where I built the initial stage of this. And it is very scalable. So what I can do is pay more for more workflow units. Workflow units allow us to purchase extra cloud storage. And that extra storage will help us to kind of expand past that like 10 groups that I was talking about. So beyond that, I would be paying more, but also making a higher revenue. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Excellent.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Let's give a hand for Bryce. All right, and then next up, we have Tucker with Gen EDU.
What's up, guys? All right, before I start, I want someone to raise their hand and tell me what the best AI model is for doing your math homework.
Three, by far.
It's not. It's actually Llama 3.1. But good point. No one knows what the best models are out there. So the AI education landscape is pretty chaotic. There are over 70,000 different AI companies out there with a 92% fail rate. There are over 1 million models out there that anyone can use, but people don't know about them. The AI industry is fragmented and confusing for users. And there's huge competition out there. People are always trying to release the best models, the cheapest models, and ones that will be most popular with consumer sets. And big tech is trying to tackle this issue. You have Google, Microsoft, IBM, all trying to hunt for the best models and best solutions. But what good is it doing for you? You guys know about a lot of solutions that Microsoft is doing? Not really, right? And so what consumers need is a unified platform that makes it so that all of their education needs are met. The solution is Gen EDU. It's an all-in-one platform specializing in maximizing student utility. It costs $10 a month and it's operating at an 85 to 90% gross profit margin. And as AI models become cheaper and better, it just makes it better for us. We use the best models, the most highly engineered models that are engineered in-house, and it makes it so that it's the best platform for students out there. It's easy to use, it is education specific, and it's not expensive. It costs a fraction of what leading AI models cost today for consumers. And this just makes it very sustainable and have a solid path for growth. Here are some of the features. So we have a quote finder, and what you can do with that is you can plug in a file of any size, a 600-page reading with your thesis and research objective, and it'll give you all the quotes you never need for your essay. You have a syllabus calendar feature, which can put all your syllabi into your own calendar, so you never need to worry about organizing at the beginning of every semester again. You have test prep, a study guide maker, AI tutor, all using the most highly engineered models out there, the best ones, and ensuring that it is cheap and easy to use. Now, I know this is short, but I want to say this. By using this platform, you will never need to guess with AI again. It comes out with new features bi-weekly, and I encourage you to open your computers right now or scan this QR code and use it. It is fully operational right now. We already have hundreds of users, and I encourage you guys to try it. Let us know what you think. If you have a recommendation for future tools, like I said, they come out bi-weekly. And our next stop is tackling the SAT, ACT, LSAT, and test prep industry. That's coming soon. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Tucker. Now it's 4 minutes of Q&A.
How you doing, Tucker? So my question is, what are the costs? Like, recurring costs that you have to deal with?
Yeah, so one of them is obviously APIs. So the great thing about GenEDU is that we use a diverse set of APIs, right? And it's not just APIs though. We highly engineer each model. So we can use like a DeepSeek, for example, right? That when we remove the kind of censorship that happens with DeepSeek, it's insanely cheap for us. So like, for example, I use AI hundreds of times a day. And through my API usage in 1 month, it costs me $1. So if it's $10 a month, people like me aren't necessarily going to be using this 100 times a day. So that's why our gross profit margin is so high. You also have server hosting and research and development, but that's also very marginal.
Thank you.
Hey Tucker, great pitch. I'm just curious how you are training your models. Are they large language models, or kind of give us a behind the scenes of that?
Yeah, so the great thing about what's happening right now is that a lot of these newer models are becoming open source, right? So because of that, you're able to actually fine tune them and also kind of tweak their parameter models so that it's more catered to education and also the outputs that you want to receive out of it. But also it's just knowing how to highly prompt engineer existing models, like for example, through Anthropic, OpenAI, so that if there's more general purposes, you can do that. But you also do a lot of different fine tuning stuff like that. So for example, with the SAT and ACT stuff, the models need to know how to ask the right questions. And so without going into too much, I've been able to develop very sophisticated fine tuning algorithms to ensure that these models have the highest performance for students. And if that stuff doesn't make sense, I can explain it to you.
Hi, Tucker, it's me again. So, I have a question about like the target market.
Yeah.
Like, I know that Gen Ed is like really meant for like kind of everybody's, but is there like one like specific target market, like
Yeah.
college students? Oh.
Yeah, so GenEDU focuses on college students and high school students, right? It's very targeted, and eventually I have plans to cater to educators and people that want to use this for their classes, but right now it's solely just for you guys out there. Not the older people, not yet, but dogs, I mean, if they can, probably not, but I can put a corgi on there if you want, yeah. Yeah,
Thank you.
it's actually a good idea.
I'm curious, well done, by the way.
Thank you.
But I am curious about the feedback you're getting from your 100 users.
Yes, so they love it, honestly. When you see the graphs, people are very engaged with it in the analytics. And one of the biggest kind of pieces of feedback I've received is just making it like more. So this is what you'll see like somewhat on the website, and just the feedback is just kind of the use cases, right? So like telling students how to use these platforms, because for example, like a quote finder, this used to be called the research analyst, right? And Andrew always made like great points. You want to make this like as digestible to the consumer. So that's kind of been the feedback I've been able to receive. And I've been implementing that, and it's only been helping. So yeah.
Any more questions? All right, going once. Going twice. All right, thank you so much, Tucker.
Thank you, guys.
All right. And next up, we will have Derek with Leland.
Thank you. So this is a global problem I'm looking at, where students get lower grade, they get depressed, they get stressed out, and they don't know how to go about learning. So I came out with the best approach to help students to learn specifically towards their exams. So I introduced Lelemod. Lelemod is a Hebrew word for learning. So this is the solution. With Lelemod, it is so specific with what you've been taught in class. So you get your lecture notes and you go to the app, you upload your lecture notes, and Learning Mode is going to train you with the specific lecture notes you have uploaded, and you're going to ask a test, and you're going to solve based off whatever notes you have attached to it. So let's see this. Learning is so easy compared to other learning apps. It is not complex. It doesn't have so many pages. So once you do your setup, you tell it the number of questions you want to answer a day. So you can set, I want to answer 100 questions between 4 a.m. to 2 p.m. So as you go about your daily activity, it's going to pop up the questions for you. And it's going to use the flashcard to help you to train specifically on the document you have attached. So maybe I'm doing biology. I just upload biology and it generates everything straight up from there. So you are actually learning specific thing targeted towards your exam. So this is my delivery. The app is compatible on various platforms. It could be mobile, computer, and you have to do your settings. I'm marketing it, and we have feedback from users for continuous improvement of the app and for version control of the app. So this is the market size of learning apps global. Like as of 2023, we have 142 billion estimated value, and it's projected to grow at 13.4% between 2024 and 2030. So this is a huge area you want to invest in. These are my major competitors, and Quizlet is one of my major competitors directly, but it has a lot of pages and it's not specifically targeted towards what you are learning in class. Mine exceptionally prepares you for what you are learning in class. So if it is slide A or slide 2 of maybe business analytics, you just upload slide 2 and it's going to pick the questions straight from slide 2 with AI and train you on that, so you go. So at the end of the day, it tells you your performance, how fast you are in solving your questions, how good you are in solving, how do you call it, open-ended or closed-ended questions, and parents have access to it to see how their words are also performing. So I did an app survey response, and for my response, I have 20 graduate students who responded, 5 undergrad, and in total, 2 parents also attested, and all of them said like, look, this is really specific, and you're not going to have any, like the other apps that have so many things coming in, so many pages. No, this is just straight, specific 1 page or 2 page, and you are done. The source of revenue is $499 a month, compared to other competitors who charge averagely $799 a month. I have a free version which limits you the number of sheets you can upload. Thank you very much.
All right, again, 4-minute questions.
Hi there, that was a great pitch, great job. I just have a question for you. So how do you combat the specificity issues already in the AI industry? I touched a little bit upon my pitch, but how do you really differentiate yourself when people are probably using hundreds of different websites already for their AI needs?
Okay, so with this, it's specific to the document you are loading. So for example, I'm doing ML1. So ML1 today we did slide or presentation 1. I just upload presentation 1. I'm using DeepSeek and Ulama as backend, that is AI model. So it picks my document and it uses a flashcard. So it's a, for example, what is the capital of Canada? It's in the slide. So when I go to the learning model, it's going to, the flashcard is going to come what's the capital of Canada. Then it turns back and tell you it's Ottawa. So it keeps doing that with all the questions specifically from what you have attached. Then when you go to the test model, it also generates the questions specifically from what you have attached. It doesn't go beyond it. It doesn't do extensive things because the target is prepare the students specifically to go write the exam. Because everybody wants to pass. Nobody cares whether you pass or not. So this is here to help you specifically prepare you on your subject and pass your exam. Thank you.
Yeah, interesting idea, thank you. It would appear though that a lot of the questions expect 1-word answers. how will it treat the situation where you're expected to give an essay type answer? Or, multi-paragraph answer?
Thank you very much. So during the setup stage, you have your settings, whether you want essay type, open-ended, multiple choice, it's all there. And once you put that settings in there, the AI generates in that format for you. So once you go about your daily routine, it's going to pop up as a random message. And once you open it, you have a question, you answer it, and that's how it's going to go. Thank you.
Hey Derek, great pitch. My question is, who is your primary target audience? And not to shade that in any color, but have you considered a B2B approach with any of the learning platforms so that you can create a dedicated thing for them?
Yeah, my targeted audience primarily is going to be high school and university student, but this open tool, it could be you. Maybe you read an article and you really want to have understanding of the article. You just go there, upload that one-page article, and you have your questions generated for you, and it helps you to also learn it. So specifically, that's why I say it's so broad. Because look, the feeling of people not passing exams, and businesses out there don't care if you don't pass your exams, you don't graduate. And the feeling when students get depressed and they feel sad, and some even commit suicide because they don't perform well in school. This is so specific to prepare you to pass your exam. Exactly the point. Thank you.
Great pitch. Curious if you thought a bit about whether teachers would have a place on the platform, perhaps, if the AI were to hallucinate or start giving, questions that are out of the scope of the class, that the teacher would be able to step in and say, well, this isn't the kind of stuff you need to study.
So that's the beauty of this app. It's so specific. It doesn't go beyond it. So when I upload a one-page document, the AI goes through it and it sticks to that. Because the most important thing, you want to understand the lecture notes you've been given. It could be a picture format. You just take a picture of it, upload it. It will work straight on that. So it doesn't go beyond it. That's the beauty of this. It doesn't, so it's not complex, so easy, straightforward, and you're done. Thank you.
All right, this will be the last question. Good throw, Mike.
So I use Quizlet a lot, mainly for that feature where I can upload my notes into it and it will create all the questions, the flashcards, and the test. Why would I choose your platform instead of Quizlet?
Quizlet is so complex. I've seen Quizlet. See the number of pages you got to go through. See the number of documents, universities, this. But I'm specific. This one is specific, straightforward, and targeted towards your specific document you are learning and used to write an exam. And fortunately, this one generates random questions for you whilst you go through your day. So when you are playing on your phone, watching social media, it's going to come up and you're going to answer your question. So we want to prepare you strictly for your exams and you don't go outside that. Quizlet goes outside that band. And it's a lot of pages to run. This don't run a lot of pages in my app.
So when you say like a lot of pages, what do you mean by that?
So Quizlet, the pages are more. So you have pages like the IC universities, you see other lecture notes from that is not specific to yours. You open several pages and you go to other universities, you go there. This is just straight. It is you. You do the setting to suit what you want to do. You don't go beyond it. So tell us what you want to do. This is what I want to learn, and you go there. We don't bring so many things to distract you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Derek. Man. All right. Last but not least, we have Nicholas and Nicholas. Honestly.
Go ahead. All right, great. All right. Good afternoon, Rocket Pitch. We're Cognitively, and we help schools save lives. Yeah, you want me to go?
I'm Nicholas Krushak. I have experience working on an AI team that stood up the Joint Artificial Intelligence Center. And I am a partner at a AI large language model developer that's currently going through a $3 million seed round. And I co-led a team to bring novel medical technology to market.
I'm Nicholas Holting. I'm a neuroscience major here at William & Mary. I have previous partnership with VCO's biomedical engineering program to work on novel therapeutics and brought a mental health infrastructure into my 1,800 student school for me. The problem we're hoping to address is the looming mental health crisis at hand. We have many capable wellness professionals, but their resources are often spread too thin to combat our rising rate of self-harm and general mental distress in students. And so if we're able to take a more proactive approach, we'll be able to get students the help they need in real time.
Great. And our solution is the Cognitively framework. What we hope to do is integrate across different data points within a school. So that could be things like building access, submissions on Blackboard or other academic platforms, and going as far as scanning emails that students sending out for sentiment. And that goes ahead and it's placed into our AWS infrastructure, which we currently have set up, HIPAA compliant, and it's fed into our large language model that we developed with our AI partners on the previous slide, my past experiences. And then that informs a Cogni score, and depending on the level of that, a notification. The Cogni score is essentially a 0 to 100 assessment of the student body and individual students, their mental well-being. And that informs the campus staff on proactive measures they can take. I'm going to run through the minimally viable product that we currently have in beta testing that's on our site. There's a dashboard, and the students, currently you can add all the data yourself, but we want it to be integrated within the school, so we would work with the individual organizations to embed different APIs and data points, continuously provide the student data, and then inform the dashboard in terms of how the student body is behaving, if there's a necessity for early intervention, and you can go through all these trends now.
So why do we need to address this now? The mental health crisis is at hand. We're seeing too many lives lost already, with 75% of students reporting some form of psychological stress at some point. Self-harm is the #2 cause of death in individuals aged 10 to 24. And there's a significant first mover advantage to whoever utilizes the large sets of data already available in the industry.
The market opportunity we see in the B2B space, that is schools with more than 500 students, those that have the, we would say the budgets to afford the software. Using the estimated integration and maintenance/licensing costs, we predict a total available market worldwide of around 80 billion annually. And then a service available market, so those within the US that, again, have over 500 students. That's coming in around $2 billion annually. And then we have $250 million, which is our priority. That'll be schools with the Forbes, they release a list in terms of mental well-being, which I thought was really neat. We identified 4,942 schools with the worst mental health ranks, and we're going to focus on that.
In terms of competitive landscape, EHRs are already used to do manual screening, but they operate in silos and fail to capture data in real time and integrate that in terms of a proactive screening approach. Cognitively is unique in this way, and due to such a niche nature, no direct competitor currently exists.
We encourage you to visit our website at cognitively.com and give our public beta test.
Hey guys, I just want to say this is a really important issue, and I think that this is a really cool platform to do this. So I congratulate you guys for this. I kind of have two questions. The first one is, how do you address the privacy concerns of letting students, like tracking students' emails? I personally would not want the school tracking my emails. And then two, how do you actually quantify like their emotional state? Because quantifying, having like a statistic that you can like repeat with AI models is really close and almost impossible with modern AI models today.
Nick, do you want to speak to the fact that they're already collecting a lot of this data?
Yes, so emails, of course, we're by no means gonna be going through people's emails saying, you know, exactly what are they talking about, but schools, generally speaking, do collect a lot of data regarding any email sent over their own server at present, and so analyzing this using AI, it would be a similar idea to how iPhone analyzes your pictures, right? They're not looking through your pictures necessarily, but an AI model is just scanning for general takeaways, like they may have a thing for pet friends, a section like that. And this is aiming for a similar approach in which privacy is not invaded.
So in terms of the second question, the large language model that we currently have implemented was developed specifically for this purpose, along with a company titled AI Synapse. Like I said, they're going through their fundraising and they're showing promising results in terms of other agents that they have out there. What we're seeing is that based off of the trends, it's normally a dramatic shift in a certain student's behaviors. So we have the established baselines for a lot of these students. And then once there's a significant change, so if instead of getting back to their dorm at 8 p.m. when they swipe in, which is data that's being collected, it's just not being utilized in a way that can inform, a proactive approach in mental well-being. If they start getting back at 2 a.m., we see a significant change there, and that's when we would flag in the dashboard, there's been a change here. Maybe take a look at everything else. How is their email sentiment? And obviously, this is all shielded behind a HIPAA compliant AWS infrastructure. So counselors in theory are not able to access any of this information. They just get a general report. It's shielded by the AI in the infrastructure.
And sorry, one important clarification is, as you said, quantifying an emotional state at present is impossible. That's a very good point and is rather true. Our goal here is not to quantify a person's emotional state purely, but rather to integrate any warning signs that they may benefit from counseling resources being diverted towards them.
Any other questions?
So with minors, how do you deal with collecting data? I imagine the schools collect data by their public institution. It's probably fine for them to do that, but selling that data, I guess that would sell, but giving that data to a public or private company like yourself, how does that legally work?
Yeah, so the way we have the platform designed right now, although we have a public beta that's available to everyone to use, the plan is to integrate as heavily as we can within the when they're paying those fees for the the use of it. We're integrating some of the expenses there are going to integrating into their local infrastructure. So the data never leaves the school, and it's simply just the data touching an AI endpoint, adjusting metrics in another dashboard, the dashboard that we were showing off that anybody can access on their own, but they're not going to be getting the personal the dashboard that lives at the individual institution.
Last question.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that is all of our pitches today. So here's the voting now, 1 through 4. This is how they're being voted on. So you'll have 4 selections for each pitch. You'll be asked questions per issue they solve, and you go through selecting on a scale of 1 to 4 or 4. Yeah, you'll be answering on a scale how well they did on answering these questions per pitch. Thank you.
Fire. For developing and applying. Street skills and emotions. Whether you're launching an idea or sharpening your skills, we provide the resources to measure the community school innovation. Want to know more? Talk to a staff member or launch the hub to get started. I love those.
I don't have life, that's all I can think of. She was like, what's doing? I'm like, what's the last? Can I actually use my smaller? It's got clients and
All right, well, everybody scan this QR code, right? All right, so while you guys are voting right now, I'll go through with some announcements. So our next event, which is a topic talk, this is the Friday right after spring break. So the week after spring break, that Friday, we'll bring in Sarah and Arn to talk about IP and IP law. So that's that Friday. And then if you guys are planning to come to the topic talk last week that were canceled due to winter closings and snow days, that will be rescheduled on March 26th. That is the Wednesday after that next Friday after spring break. We'll bring in Todd to talk about marketing on a budget. So if you guys are planning to come to that, please come back. And then this is also great too. So please come to both events as well. They'll be both at 12 to 1 p.m. during those 2 days. And then finally, if you really enjoyed this rocket pitch today and you're like, oh, I have a cool idea and I want to pitch it too, then please scan this QR code, sign up. If you guys are still iffy, that is okay not to scan right now. It is on our website. It is all that. Come talk to Brandon. And he's also in the back right there. And also, if you guys just have an idea and just want to share it overall, can I actually get a hand? For our mentors here, can you raise your hand? If any mentors here? Look, We have all the mentors all around raising their hand. They're awesome. If you guys have any issues running your venture or just have an idea and just want to share, please, please, please go to one of them that has their hand raised, or even go to our website. We have all kinds of different mentors and all kinds of different experiences. So please go on there, talk with one of them. They're a great resource. Definitely reach out. And then, okay, so everybody's checked in, right? And then we are gonna do our giveaway right now. So the winner will win a t-shirt from us and free Chick-fil-A nuggets sponsored by Chick-fil-A. So our winner today will be first, oh no, Xianglu Zhou. Is he here today? Xianglu Zhou. All right. Lauren Bear. Lauren Bear. Oh.
Right here.
We should all say congrats when she walks out. I'm just playing. Well, I mean, if we all want to, we should. I think it's great. I just don't want to put too much. We should, yeah, let's wait. And then we'll announce the winner. All right, well, we'll move on. I was just joking, but I will speak to her and give her a t-shirt and nuggies. All right, so, wait, Michael, come back. And the winner is, drum roll. All right, and the winner is today, Bryce. Let's stay here, and then we'll take a picture and everything. All right, thank you guys for coming. I've already announced our events next week. Please stay around, talk with our mentors in the back, speak with everyone, network. It is open space. We also still have pizza. If you have not grabbed a bite and came in late, we still have pizza, a little bit of pizza around the side. So stay around, network, talk. Bryce, I would love to get a picture so we can post on our Instagram. And thank you guys for coming. Thank you.